understand what is sampling. Sampling means, sample means what? A bit of data, a sample. I am not considering the entire set of data. Only whichever is required, I will consider only that sample of data. So sampling is the main technique employed for data selection. So you are selecting only the required amount of data. Fine? That is called as sampling. So it is often used for both the preliminary investigation of the data and the final data analysis. So I will be using this technique initial stage also, final stage also. Fine. Initially, I have some 10 stages in my unit, in my the data product which I want to develop. So I have some 10 units. First unit also I will be using this in sampling technique for primary investigation. Even at the final stage, at the nth block also I will be using this sampling technique. Fine. So statisticians sample because obtaining the entire set of data of interest is too expensive or time consuming. Say if I have 1000 data sets, if I am going to do analysis on 1000 data sets, so I may not be able to complete the given job in given time. Right? So what is that I have to do? Whichever is necessary, only that particular samples I have to take. The rest I am not going to consider. Why I will not consider? If I consider all the entire set, then it is too expensive. And it is time consuming. Memory space requirement is more. Expense is also more, it will increase, and it time consuming also. So instead of wasting time with unnecessary information, what is that I will do? I will take only a sample of data, whichever is required. Only that particular set of data is going to be considered. The rest I am going to ignore. The rest I am not going to consider. It is available in my database, but I will not use that. So sampling is used in data mining because processing the entire set of data of interest is too expensive or time consuming. The same thing here. So while doing pre-processing, data pre-processing, before I do data mining, I am going to start with pre-processing. These are the techniques which I have taken. Sampling is one among them. So why I am doing this sampling in the data pre-processing stage is in order to reduce the cost as well as the time. So I will take only the required set of data, not here. The key principle for effective sampling is the following. So there are some two principles to be followed while doing the sampling process. What are those? First one here, using a sample will work almost as well as using the entire data sets if the sample is representative. I'll give one best example. Say I want to convey one message to your entire class. So I'll not waste my time in sending message to each person individually. Instead of sending, say for example, your class strength is how much? The class strength is 55. Instead of sending message 55 times to 55 students, what is it I will do? I will send a message in your group, or I will send it to one person, say your class representative. Then that message will be conveyed from your representative to all your classmates. Right? So I will not waste time in sending to 55 person. I will send it to one person. So this is, I will reduce my work. I will reduce my time. I will not waste the unnecessarily wasting of time in sending to all 55 members. I will send it to one person. So this is how using a sample will work almost as well as using the entire set of data. But information should reach. Correct? Say for example, I have 10 attributes in one unit, you can assume, or 10 objects in one unit, you can assume. If I check, all are of same type, you can consider. So instead of doing analysis on 10 data, I will do analysis on only one particular data. So all other are of same group. Then it means that the same thing, same result is applicable for all other data also. Correct? If the sample is representative, same group it should be. Say for example, in the first example what I gave, that message should pass to only 6th ISE only, not necessary to send to 4th SEM or 8th SEM. Fine. So if that is the case, it will work out. So if I am talking about only this particular group, and that message should reach to that particular group. If I want to send a message for some other group, then this will not work out. Fine. So a sample is representative if it has approximately the same property of interest. That's what, same group, same property. If all the set of data, if 10 I have, if all these 10 data what I have to do analysis of, say if all the 10 data set are having same property, same behavior, then I will take only a sample. One sample I will take, and I will do the analysis on only that particular example, and I will relate the result to all others. So I assume that all others are also going to follow the same process with types of sampling. So what are the different types of sampling I will do? So I have 4 techniques here. What are those? First one is simple random sampling. Second one, sampling without replacement. Third one, sampling with replacement. Fourth one, stratified sampling. So all these concepts are very simple. First one is very simple. Random means what? Randomly I will not see whether this, I will not see the USN number or I will not see the background. Nothing. I'll check. Randomly I'll pick one. There is an equal probability of selecting any particular item. So that means it's not necessary that I will take only, I'll pick USN 1. I can take USN 10 also. So anyway, all are belong to same class, correct? So sampling without replacement. So what is sampling with respect to the replacement? There are 2 techniques. One is without replacement, one is with replacement. In case of without replacement, as each item is selected, say for example, I have 10 data, in that I have taken only 1. So other 9 I am not going to use it. So what is it? Whatever the data I have selected, 1 I have taken. Before it was 10 now. Now 1 I have already taken. This I will remove it from the population. That means what? Only you are left in the database I have only 9. This 1 is removed. Since I have already taken for analysis, I am removing that. But that is not the correct solution here. So usually we don't prefer this because original data they should not be modified. So sampling with replacement. So what is that I will do? Objects are not removed from the population as they are selected for a sample. This is for a sample only. This is not my the complete application I have not done. This is just an analysis I have started with so that I don't want to remove this data from the population. I may use it for next some other process. So this is okay. We can go with this. There is a technique sometimes when it is not required for next time, I can replace it. I can remove it. But if it is required for next time, I don't want to remove it. Fine. So even after selecting that particular sample, the 10 data, whatever you have, that will be available in database. Fine. So in sampling with replacement, the same object can be picked up more than once. That's what. Maybe for some other different process, I may pick the same data. So I don't want to remove it from the database. The last one, stratified sampling. So let us understand what is stratified here. Split the data into several partitions, then draw random samples from each partition. Same thing. I'll give another example. I have 100 sets of data. So in that 100, I'll partition it. Say for example, I'll make it 5 groups. I'll divide it into 5. 20, 20, 20, I'll put it in 5 groups. In this 20, I'll pick 1 from that. Again, in the next second set, I'll pick 1. Say for example, how your project groups are going to be made. Say your whole class, we are going to divide it into some 10 groups. Group 1, there are some 5 to 6 students. Group 2, some set of students. So I'll make one leader for one group. So only one I'll pick. I'll convey the message to only the group leader. Something like that.